Hey guys, Jeff Newton here with National VA Loans. The contact us at National VA Loans is 855-956-4040. Of course, check us out online at www.nationalvaloans.com or click the subscribe button here or there to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That'll keep you updated or keep you up to date with all the current information for VA loans and how they pertain to our veterans and active duty service members. All right, guys, today I want to talk about and kind of address a few different things. There's a lot of myths when it comes to the VA loan and how it works and, what's allowed and what's not allowed. And really, they're not only myths, there's just a lot of confusion. A lot of people think that, well, let's just get into it, actually. Let's just look at the first one. I can only use my VA eligibility one time. That's one that we hear a lot. In fact, I've talked to, just over the last few months, I talked to a number of different veterans that, Vietnam vets, Iraqi vets from the early 90s, and they are using their VA eligibility for the first time. And I asked them, I said, why? This isn't the first home you've owned, so why is this the first use? Well, the answer I got was shocking, but it's because we thought we could only use it once. And that's not accurate. Your VA eligibility can be restored. Okay, now there's a lot of intricacies in here because you could use your VA eligibility 100 times to buy different homes. As long as they're going to be your primary residence and that's where you're going to live, you can do that as many times as you want. Now, you can also have more than one VA loan at a time, but we're going to get into that in just a second. So you can use your VA eligibility way more than one time. You can use it as many times as you need to. It gets restored whenever you sell a property or you take that property out of a VA loan and into a conventional or something along those lines. Remember, it is used for a primary residence, so that's where your eligibility does come into play, is it is just for your primary residence. Okay, so I can only have one VA loan at a time. This is one of my favorite ones because this one has allowed us to help a lot of veterans and active duty, especially active duty service members, become landlords, become property owners, turn their property into something that is actually making them money. So let's just run through a scenario. Let's say you're, let's say you're active duty Air Force and you're stationed out in California and you've been there for 2 years, you own a home, your family's there, everything's good, and now you're getting moved and you're going to, let's say Mississippi. And you don't want to sell your house, but you do want to buy a new house. Well, the beauty of the VA loan is, number one, no cash out of pocket. So there's zero down policy with VA. The house that you currently have at your current station, you can keep that and use that as a rental income property, okay? And you can leave it on the VA loan. Now, there are calculations and certain things that we have to do in there, but you could buy your new house 100% most likely with the VA loan and keep your other property. So you'll have two VA loans at one time, but one of them will be a rental and actually bringing you or making you a little bit of money, turning it into some income, which is huge. I mean, that's a great way to become wealthy. That's what we say, build wealth through real estate. So this is one way to do it. So you can have more than one VA loan at a time. Just remember, it has to be on your primary residence, the way it starts, and then it can move into a investment property as long as the loan stays intact. So that's a big one. Next is, I need a perfect credit score to do a VA loan. Not true. Number one, the VA doesn't really have a guideline on what the credit score has to be for a VA loan. Now, each individual lender, and there's tons of them out there, they have guidelines on what credit scores need to be. Some of them need to be 660, some 640, 620, 600. And then there's others, like a National VA loans, where we can go down to that 550 mark and still get you qualified for a great VA loan at zero down. So give us a call, 855-956-4040. We can address any of these questions. And I know, especially the first two, there's usually a lot of questions surrounding that because it is interesting. You never hear people say, well, I can use it more than once, or I have it with multiple loans, or you just don't hear that very often. So that's something that's out there that we really do want to address. So give us a call, 855-956-4040. Check us out online, nationalvaloans.com. If you're eager and ready to go, and I know it's selling season or house buying season, if you're eager and ready to go and would like to fill out an application and get pre-qualified or pre-approved, You can do that at www.nationalapplynow.com. Again, it's nationalapplynow.com. Or just give one of our VA specialists here a call at 855-956-4040. Folks, until next time, remember, these are all myths, all right? Talk to a VA specialist to figure out the actual truth of VA loans. Until next time, God bless. Thank you for your service, and take care.